Well, good morning, Interbet fans, and welcome to the preview for Turffontein. We're on the stand side track Sunday, the 2nd of July, 21 pentrometer, 2.5 false rail at the 700 metre mark. And firstly, let's have a little preview, or review at least, of what happened for the Hollywood Bets July Day. So, the title sponsor couldn't keep the lights on, and that was a total disaster. I know they have a generator at Greyville, and has been used before when we've had load shedding when I was training, but maybe it's out of service. But that certainly we raced at night with the load shedding, and I don't know what happened now, but the dog's making a huge noise. Wow. Jeez, I thought someone was being murdered. Anyway, they probably want to murder me after I have my little say here. The riding was atrocious, absolutely abominable, and really the NHA has got to start sorting out a couple of their rules. And one of the rules is you've got to keep a straight course, and you cannot take up someone else's running. Around the bend, the horses being forced in, they're forcing themselves into better positions, horses checking, and certainly guys get to the front and take a pull, and so the whole field concertina's behind, and that should not be allowed. And nowhere in a first world racing country, well, maybe we third world, does that get allowed. In the straight, all over the show. Then let's look at the highlights. Well, the highlight for me was Brett Crawford winning the July, because really this horse been to Joburg and back 3 times. That's very difficult to do. Did a wonderful job getting it there and back, him and his son James. And Kabela Matsiami, really, really good ride. I thought Striker was very unlucky on the second horse, and I really thought that check cost him the race. That shouldn't happen. You'll see that the horse that he had to check off ran straight off a straight course looking for, I don't know what he was looking for. But his rider knows that he loves wandering around in the straight. Anyway, the other highlight was David Nieuwenhuizen winning the Group 2. I'm so pleased for him. He's a really good guy, and that horse looks very special, Sandringham Summit. I thought he might be the business. I had a terrible day. I had 5 seconds out of 9 races. We only got 9 races, 5 seconds. The first race I thought was a very poor decision, not getting the race, the horse that ran second. It did get a bump, a stride before the post, and that cost it the race. It was in front at every point up till that point when it got a bump, and it got a bump by the horse that won it, sharply shifting to the left. Very subjective, but anyway, the July has come and gone, and a huge crowd as usual, lots of money spent on fashion and this and that and the other, but there need to be some points taken out of this one that maybe racing will improve. So let's move into Turffontein. First race is off at 12:20 at least, 1400 metre maiden plate fillies and mares, and I can't see anything beating Green Bubbles. It's joint favourite with number 2 Primrose Path, which has had 2 good runs, but on times I think that Green Bubbles will beat it, although it's drawn 8, and that's not in its favour. 6 at least, not in its favour, but Jeffrey Syston knows how to ride this horse. He gets a huge opportunity, this kid, on this horse. He better grab it with both hands, because otherwise his career is going nowhere. Primrose Path obviously looks like the danger. And then Champimpi, there's money for this one. I can't see why, because certainly on its times, it shouldn't be able to beat the top 2. But it does get Gavin Lorena. That's a huge plus, and probably find it will improve quite a lot, you know. Interesting to see him riding it. Race 2, maiden plate. They go 1400 metres, absolute 2-cornered contest. Viva de Janeiro looks like the right horse. He's drifted his last twice in the betting badly, and this looks like a cherry ripe race for him. But Golden Pavilion's going to be no pushover. Craig Zaki gets a ride on Alec Laird's runner, and he's drawn 2 All he's got to do is sit just behind him. He should be able to run really well. Give Me a Diamond might improve with the blinkers. That's number 1. Race 3, classified 2,000 meters. Well, with the lack of form here, I think that Bahana Bridge will win this. Raymond Danielson gets opportunity, good form, and he rode it last time, so you should know how to get him home. Good form. This horse over 2,000 meters is a perfect trip for him. Over to You, well suited to the distance, gets a 2.5 claim, that might help. And then Go Dream Machine, I think he might be a danger. She might be a danger at the weights. That's number 7. Indian War Dance gets blinkers. Interesting addition. Race 4, classified 1160 with a scratching as Civil Princess. It throws us wide open because I thought Civil Princess was absolutely home. Dancing Tora, I make a huge runner. Raymond Danielson again gets another big chance. And Inventrix, the other Farming Broncos horse, gets Calvin Habib. So who the better of these two? I think that Dancing Tora might be the better. She'd come back to form. She won 4 on a trot. She could be very difficult to beat. Race 5, Pinnacle, 1160, 1 Mercantour. Outstanding form, this horse. I'm surprised he wasn't in the Post Merchants yesterday. I would have thought he would have been a big runner there. The 2 Magna runners, Tag and Nerd and Roll with the punches, have both got chances. But I make the Big Danger Maharani much better over the 1,200 meters. Expect her to go well with Kiss Me Captain, who got 5 points for running second to Alula Star. Wow, that is absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, move on. Race 6, Middle Stakes, 1,000 meters. Flower Bomb looks home and holds Big Eyed Girl, but Big Eyed Girl now gets pacified. The blinkers, that might help it. She's got to have a big chance, drawn 1, but I do think that Flower Bomb is the find of the race. Race 7, Mirror Rated Fillies and Mares, 1,400 meters. Fur Baby, very hard to beat. Looks like she might need more ground. That's what worries me with this filly. She's by Ideal World out of a Dynasty mare. I know she was tried and they thought she didn't stay, but that was early in her career. She's probably strengthened up quite a lot now and will go well. Big Danger Maboneng looks like the right horse in the race. That's number 5. Gavin Larena for Sean Terry on a very good run at the moment, and Sean had another very good day at the July. Race 8, divided handicap, 1,600 meters. I can't look past Silvano Song, number 2. I think this is absolutely the right horse. The Gavao, he won the first yesterday at Greyville, albeit I thought a bit lucky. Very, very good chance here. Napoleon looks like the big danger. And then Free Movement took a long time to win his maiden, but he might be better than Rated, this horse, although he has got a 76 merit rating. So when you look at him and Silvano's Song, I think that Silvano's Song might be the better horse. He just might need gelding though. So let's have a look and see how they go. Very interesting race meeting, and there certainly look like a number of opportunities to be able to win the money. That's it from me, James Goodman, and the whole Interbet team. As usual, straight talking, definitive, down the middle, say what I think, and that's how it should be. Have a great day's racing.